Hello and welcome back everyone to the Raiders franchise. Today we take on the Bucs and the Falcons in a NFC South doubleheader here. Now we will have 3 games remaining. 2 of those will be played on Friday, and then the final season finale will be played on Monday. If we do not make the playoffs, we will be doing the draft show on Wednesday on a live stream, as well as the off season on a Saturday. If we make the playoffs, everything changes, so we'll see what happens there. No spoilers, as off we go here in Tampa Bay, taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Trey Tucker to return this one. He'll get out down to the 30-yard line, it looks like. And that is where Gardner Minshew will start his day here in Tampa Bay, as he has really had mostly, I would say, a solid season. You take out my mistakes, and I think he's been a solid quarterback. Not great, but not horrible either. We're going to start 1st and 10 as we usually do with a run to Alexander Madison. So he gets across the 40-yard line. We have been relying so much on our running game. One thing I do want to do next season is tune down the user running sliders a little bit. I feel like it's been a little easy. I do think Alexander Madison is just a good running back in this game. And I think our line is a solid offensive line as we find Jacoby Myers down at the 35. But I think it's a little too easy. Here, a nice tackle made in open space there. I was not expecting that. Kind of thought he'd go for a touchdown there, but Jamel Dean with a really nice play. And then Jacoby Myers down to the 1-yard line, found by Gardner Minshew. And we would basically be in striking distance here in the beginning of this game, as Devontae Adams skies up for that one, but unfortunately gets it knocked out. Thought he really had a chance at that. 3rd and goal at the 1. Why not just hand it up the middle to Alexander Madison? Touchdown. So the Raiders score first here in Tampa Bay, and out comes Baker Mayfield, and what is honestly an underperforming Buccaneers offense in this NFC South division, where I thought it was fairly open wide, but Buccaneers not seeming like they're going to be the ones to take it. And on the first throw of the day for Baker, he's going to find Cade Otton, his tight end. And now 3rd and 8 at the 45. Baker dropping back, throws this one out. Again, Cade Otton caught on a little drag route there, and he'll get down to the 25-yard line. So the Raiders defense having a bad first series here. Now 1st and 10 at the 25. Play action. This one thrown over the middle, and it's picked off. Robert Spillane. And the Raiders take over off a really nice 41 interception. I think Spillane's been a very solid linebacker. Nothing great, but he's been decent, and his coverage skills aren't bad. Handoff Madison here on the 2nd drive of the day for the Raiders. He'll take that for a nice 6-yard gain. Now 3rd and 4. Minshew in the gun. It's a handoff, Jalen Darden, and Darden breaking out of a tackler, but still taken down well short of a 1st down, and we will have to punt. Buccaneers back on offense here, and it's a handoff. Rachaad White's got a lot of room, finally brought down by Marcus Epps though. Really nice run for Rachaad White, who I think is a very solid player here. We'll see how much they lean on him. Now this one thrown and caught. That's Tutu Atwell, who was actually traded this year by the Rams. Now on the Buccaneers. Baker dropping back. He's going to roll left, roll to the middle of the field, and gets hit. Christian Wilkins with the sack. The ball is out, and it is recovered, unfortunately. Raiders can't fall on it, but a big strip sack there will force the punt, and we'll get the ball back once again. Stretch play here to Alexander Madison, and he'll run this down to the 36. As we are now in the top of the 2nd quarter. I have gone back to 11-minute quarters, by the way, starting this episode. I did the deep dive on possession counts, and it seemed like 11-minute quarters were more accurate. I like the 10-minute quarters, but the games were almost a little too fast, so everything should be in a pretty good spot now. Hand off Jalen Darden here, and he's across midfield down to the 44-yard line. We haven't seen Darden too much in the run game. He's been mostly a screen pass running back. I do want to try to see him get a few more touches to end this season in different ways as he uncorks this. Minshew finding Devontae Adams. It's caught inside the 5-yard line. Yeah, I want to find ways to get Darden involved and more as a blueprint going forward, as Madison's going to power this one into the end zone, and that's a score. Raiders take a 2-score lead. And now Buccaneers back on offense. Rachaad White's actually the perfect example of a player I'd like to bring in. Very good receiving talents, but actually has a little bit more speed and pure running back ability. Darden, I think, has been solid, but not quite. Not anywhere near a Rachaad White talent, so we'll see what we can do in the offseason here. Nice throw to Mike Evans, and now Baker's going to go down. Malcolm Kuntz off the edge, and the Raiders get a sack. Now it's 3rd and 7, right at midfield. Baker, drop back, throws this one out, and that is broken up for Caleb Farley. Nice play there, and the Raiders will take over once again. Defense looking fantastic this game. Baker play action here, or Gardner rather, not Baker. As he's going to miss the throw to Davante Adams. I'm not sure if he misread it there. I really don't know what that was supposed to be, but Antoine Winfield comes down with the interception. I think what happens is Davante Adams breaks one more time deep, and Gardner didn't throw it like he was intending that. Now Baker immediately going to get a touchdown here off the interception. And unfortunately, the Raiders defense, which has been so excellent so far, that's asking a lot of them. Darden with a nice carry here on the sweep. So he's about to get hit. He spins inside, and Darden's had some nice elusiveness. Now 1st and 10, play action. Gardner going to throw this one underneath. That's Alexander Madison, caught down to the 43-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 6 as we are inside 2 minutes left in this half. Now play action. Gardner dropping back, throwing this one out. Intercepted! Intended for Davante Adams once again. This time it's Christian Izian with the interception. And the Raiders offense has thrown the defense into a bind here, really asking them to do a lot off 2 Gardner picks. Handoff here. Rashad White just has the speed to get to the edge, gets around Stephon Gilmore, and he's got a big 1st down carry there down to midfield. Now 2nd and 10. Throwing this one out. That is caught. Trevon Moyrid can't bring down Chris Godwin, and they're down to the 34-yard line now. Buccaneers offense finally starting to hum a little bit. Now 2nd and 10. Baker going to throw this one out. That is caught. Knocked down there. That's Trey Palmer. Now 1st and 10 at the 21. Baker, that is caught. Chris Godwin stays in bounds though. We knock him down. They're going to have to take a timeout. Now 3rd and 10 at the 11. Baker dropping back. He's going to throw this to the end zone, and that's broken up. Nate Hobbs. Raiders defense holds strong and forces a field goal, and that is where we go into halftime. 14-10 your score as the Raiders defense excellent this game, but the offense 2 untimely picks have basically given them 10 points. Let's go ahead and take a look around the league now as we have some pretty fun games as we wind down the season, starting with one of our next opponents in next episode, Jacksonville. The Jaguars currently tied with the Titans, who both teams are having pretty underwhelming seasons, especially the Jaguars. Didn't expect that from them. How about the Cleveland Browns taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers? Well, currently the Browns are beating up on the Steelers as Justin Fields 2 picks going into the second half. Didn't expect that scoreline at all. And then the Jets and the Dolphins, it looks like the Jets currently leading the 10-2 Dolphins. We'll see if that holds. And we start the second half here. 14-10 your score. 2nd down for Baker. And he's going to go right back to Mike Evans here. Hasn't seen a whole lot of action today. Mostly Chris Godwin. But he'll hit him on the slant there. Now Rashad White breaks another great run here, as White has looked really solid today. I think, again, he's the prototypical running back I'd like to bring in here. And this one should be intercepted. That's Malcolm Kuntz dropping back into coverage. Not exactly his forte, but we will force a field goal on that possession. So Raiders still have a 1-point lead here in the 3rd quarter. That's a 10-yard run there for Madison. Now 2nd down and 8. And it's a screen pass. Darden in the flats, going to spin around Antoine Winfield, and he'll pick up the 1st down as we're down to 6 minutes remaining in this 3rd quarter. Now it looks like that's Myers in motion. It's a play action and then a throw. Davante Adams is open, and he will score. Adams just happens to get behind Tyree Smith, the safety. Antoine Winfield is late, and Adams scores on the post route. Now 1st and 10, Mayfield's going down for a sack. Big time play there as the Raiders pick up another sack, force another punt. So Gardner back on offense once again, throwing this one out. That is caught. Brock Bowers dragging his feet in bounds. And I think outside of the 2 picks, Gardner's looked really good today, as Madison's going to go down. He'll get about, or actually he'll lose around a yard, and now the punt team comes out. And it's a fake. Michael Mayer got it. The direct snap to Michael Mayer, and he'll pick up the first down. Now 3rd and 14 as the offense does stall once again. Throwing this one out, and that is broken up. Nice play on the ball there by Christian Izien. Should have been his second pick, honestly, and now we have to punt it away. So Bucks back on offense, and Cade Otton will catch this one on 3rd and 5 as he gets down to the 48-yard line, his 4th of the game. Over 60 yards now. 1st and 10 inside the 4th quarter for Baker. It's a handoff for Rashad White. Look at the moves here. I love seeing this from the CPU running backs here. He runs left, immediately cuts back right, and then somehow worms his way for an 8-yard gain. Look at him doing it again. Down to the 34. You don't see CPU running like this in other football titles. Really good play there. Now 3rd and 8, and it's a play action. Baker going to roll right, and he'll just tuck the ball and run with this one. He does pick up 2 yards, but nowhere near a first down, and I guess the Buccaneers are going to settle for a field goal. No, offense stays on the field. Baker, time runs out, and he sacked Max Crosby with the play. And that's a turnover on downs. I think the Buccaneers should have just gone for 3. Madison, a nice run across midfield here down to the 47. And really at this point, if you're the Raiders, a score might just end it. Trey Tucker hanging on despite the hit there. That was Christian Izien with the hit, but could not bring him down. And Gardner crosses 200 as Trey Tucker's shaken up on the play. Minshew throwing this one to the end zone. It's caught. Jacoby Myers catches that one over Jamel Dean. And the Raiders take a 2-score lead with 4 minutes left in the game. Baker going to find Chris Godwin for a first down. Big play on 3rd down there. But, I mean, time is not in their favor. Now Baker going to find his target, Tutu Atwell there, down inside the 15. And suddenly time isn't as big of an issue. Plays like that help. And then the next play, Max Crosby with the sack. We sent an all-out blitz. Take Baker down, and now it's 4th and 6. Baker for the game. Caught by Tutu Atwell down to the 2. Down to 1:20 left in this game, though. They have used a lot of time as they do finally score there. That's Rashad White in the flats with the touchdown. And now everything hinges on an onside kick. If they don't get this, the game is over. And the kick is bobbled. That's Brock Bowers that bobbles it. And then picked up by Jacoby Myers. So almost a disaster class there for Brock Bowers. But we do hang on to win this game, 28-20, winning over an NFC South team here as we're about to take on another one before we go stay in the South, actually stay in Florida next week for Jacksonville. But first we'll have to go to Atlanta, the ATL. And I thought our defense was excellent. You can see Gardner and Baker having near identical games here. Madison did finish with 100 yards on exactly 5 a carry. Rashad White had a really good game. I thought they should have leaned on him a little more. And then in the receiving game, Tampa Bay getting the lion's share of the targets, but receiving yards goes to Davante Adams on 3 catches, as well as Jacoby Myers. 3 between them, 175 yards. On defense, Max Crosby was excellent today. Christian Wilkins was good. I really thought our secondary was excellent, as Crosby did finish with 2.5 sacks. Kuntz even got in on a sack there. And then Spillane with the interception. Really good game for the defense. I thought this was a big builder for us going into our next one. Looking at the playoff picture after this week, you can see the Chiefs are still top 2 seed here, as the Dolphins still hang on to 1. Looks like they did win against the Jets. And that currently puts us at the 15th pick after winning our last game. So now we are 6-7 going into game, what would that be, 14. And we have some questions to answer about Gardner Minshew. Does he have a chance to surprise people? This could be a chance to build some buzz. Yeah, I don't think at this point Gardner Minshew is surprising anyone at this point in his career. But yeah, sure, you got to say this as the coach. I think he has a chance to turn heads. Would 3 touchdown passes be enough to build some buzz? Yeah, I'm not going up to 4. 3 is already going to be pretty difficult for this team, but sure, 3 touchdown passes is fine. And we jump into our next game against the Atlanta Falcons, as the Falcons have a pretty solid defense. I think their defense is probably better than their offense, but they do have Drake London and Kirko. No Bijan Robinson for this game, though. He is injured, so we will be seeing Tyler Algier take all the running back snaps for them. And we jump into this game. Of course, Kyle Pitts, very dynamic tight end. And out comes Kirk Cousins for his first drive of the game. The captain. Getting up there in his career now, 21 touchdowns to 9 interceptions, 3,000 yards. Not a bad season for him. Now Kirk gonna drop back and throw this one. That's caught. Drake London down to the 38-yard line. London separating himself as one of the better wide receivers in this league. Not one of the top, but definitely one of the better ones. Nice one-hander over the middle of the field and stays on his feet across midfield now. Drake London back-to-back targets, 25 yards. Really nice one-hander there. And then Kirk, 1st and 10. That's a nice play. Darnell Mooney down inside the 20, down to the 16. And the Raiders defense not looking like the same one from last week, are ready to start this game. Now Kirk, 3rd and 5 at the 11, and he'll be sacked. That's Tyree Wilson off the edge. Nice play by Tyree, and we do force a field goal. Bend, don't break. Out comes Gardner Minshew, and we have to get him 3 touchdowns today, and that would put him to 27 touchdowns on the season if he can. 18 interceptions currently as it stands. Minshew throwing this one. That's caught. Madison almost broken up there, but Madison gets down to the 39-yard line. Huge catch and run for the running back, and it'll be 1st and 10 now at the 23. Minshew handoff. Madison stretching this one out wide, and he gets down inside the 10-yard line. 23 yards rushing so far for Madison, about 20 yards receiving. Already getting a big target share. 3rd and goal at the 10. Minshew to the end zone. Broken up, and a late hit here. D. Alford blows up Davante Adams. They don't call it though, and we have to kick a field goal. So all knotted up 3 apiece as both offenses stall inside the 10-yard line. Now Kirk and the Falcons, 2nd down and 7. Finds Darnell Mooney. It'll be 3rd and 2 at the 38. Pitts in motion here. It's a handoff. Algier does not get it. So they trust their power running back with 2 yards to go, and he's inches short. 3 and out for the Falcons. And the Raiders back on offense. Minshew missing this throw to Davante Adams. And that's a 3 and out for the Raiders. So back-to-back-to-back defensive play possessions here. Now this throw to Ray McLeod down to the 37 as the Falcons are again on the Raiders side of the field. Play action. Algier and wide open there and caught. That's Charlie Werner, as the Raiders sent the house and did not get Kirk. Now 1st and 10. Kirk to the end zone. Broken up. Caleb Farley. And I think Farley has been one of the biggest additions to the team this season, along with Stephon Gilmore. They just revolutionized the secondary as we force the PBU there on 3rd down. Falcons settle for 3 once again. Handoff. Madison back on offense, absolutely blowing up the tackler there, as he gets about 6 yards on the play. Now 3rd and 4. Handoff. Madison will not get the 1st down. Penalty marker on the field, but that is against the offense. It will be declined. Falcons will get the ball back once again. So 1st and 10 at the 30. Kirk Cousins throwing this one over the middle, caught, but then broken up. Stephon Gilmore on Darnell Mooney. So it'll be 3rd and 5. Kirk dropping back. Kirk, pockets collapsing. He gets outside of it and then throws out of bounds. And the Falcons punt once again. This is a real punt fest so far. Minshew rolling right. Gonna throw this underneath. That's Alexander Madison for about an 8-yard gain. We found him several times in the passing game so far. 34 yards total. Now 3rd and 4. Minshew going to check this one down to Madison. He gets blown up there by Taylor Rapp. And he's looking for a penalty flag. None will come. No targeting on the play. And the Falcons get the ball once again, as this one's caught. Drake London mossing Nate Hobbs there, one-on-one. And now they've got the ball across midfield. 43-yard line. Kirk throwing this one, caught. That is Ray McLeod down to the 36-yard line. Now 3rd and 2 inside 2 minutes. Caught Kyle Pitts, and Caleb Farley loses track of him. Can't bring him down. 1st and 10 at the 29. Now 3rd and 5 at the 24. Kirko dropping back, throwing this one. Broken up. Stephon Gilmore in coverage on Kyle Pitts. And the Falcons settle for another field goal, as they'll kick this one off to the Raiders. Amir Abdullah fields this one at the 5. Takes it out. Following his blockers, Abdullah cuts inside, and Abdullah's down to the 45-yard line. If he had the breakaway speed, that might have been 6. Minshew on 1st and 10, dropping back here, and he'll be sacked. 2nd down and 24 after a 14-yard sack. Now 3rd and 24. Minshew. And he's going to loft this one up to Brock Bowers one-on-one, and he catches it. Taylor wrapping coverage, but he lost sight of the ball. Brock Bowers tracked it down, and now it's 3rd and 4 inside the 23. Finding Madison in the flats. He'll run through a tackler there for a first down, as the Raiders have a chance at least to score here. Minshew to the end zone to Brock Bowers. Caught. Touchdown. Nice play there. AJ Terrell in coverage, can't make the play, and now back on offense on the second half here. Madison blowing through tacklers left and right. With the 1-point lead, the Raiders just running the ball down the Falcons' throats here. Now 3rd and 6, throwing this one over the middle. Caught Brock Bowers on the post, and he's down inside the 15. Bowers eclipses the century mark today. And now the Raiders looking to score once again. Minshew to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Jacoby Myers. And hey, that's 2 out of 3. I did not expect that, especially with how successful the run game's been today, as Jenkins is going to take down Tyler Algier for a 3-yard loss there. Now 3rd and 12, and this one thrown. Broken up. Nate Hobbs on Drake London. Blanketed coverage there. And the Raiders get the ball once again. 1st and 10 with a 7-point lead. This one thrown. Davante Adams caught down to the 41. That was a little read route there for him where he just sat down on the route. Now a handoff on 1st and 10. Madison stretching this one out wide down to the 26, as he's a little over 5 a carry right now. 3rd and 6 at the 22. Minshew throwing this one. Adams pushed into the end zone. And that is touchdown number 3 for Gardner. Minshew mania, as we're up 23-9. Now Drake London catching this one over Caleb Farley. That's press single high coverage there. We've run that several times this season, and it has burned us. It has also worked out for us at times. But Caleb Farley unfortunately losing that battle. And then nice play here by Tyree Wilson for the TFL. Now 3rd and goal. Kirk dropping back, throwing this one to the end zone. Broken up, Caleb Farley. And the Falcons will have to settle for 3 once again. Outside of a few big plays, the Raiders defense has been excellent. Now throwing this one deep for Trey Tucker. That is picked off. Jesse Bates. I don't really know why you'd float that up against him. Jesse Bates with the interception. And he gets down to the 46-yard line as well. And once again, Raiders defense has been excellent, but the offense throwing interceptions to put the defense in tough situations. Kirk goes sacked here by Max Crosby. That's a 6-yard loss, and the defense is still putting out its best effort. Now 3rd and 16 as Kirk throws this one. Intercepted. Stephon Gilmore. And the veteran with his 6th interception on the season. Christian Wilkins hurt on the play, unfortunately. But Kirk just never really saw him in the seam. And now a blown up play here. Unfortunately, Drake London with the catch. Gilmore does lay into him, but that is caught. And then Kirk sacked by Max Crosby. This defense is just flying around the field. If they play like this, they can be a playoff team. 3rd and 15. Kirk over the middle, and that should have been intercepted. But it is not. Jack Jones simply with the PBU. And we'll again check in with the Falcons as the Raiders defense 2 straight stinkers of a drive. This one is caught. Darnell Mooney down to the 37. Now Kirk under center, and he'll be sacked. Malcolm Kuntz, his 2nd sack of the episode. Really great episode for Malcolm Kuntz. Now 3rd and 14. Kirk over the middle. That is caught. Drake London. And London staying on his feet across midfield down to the 48, as Kirk does have 300 yards on the day. Now 1st and 10 inside of 4:30 remaining. Kirk will be sacked once again. Max Crosby. He rolls right, and that's where the pressure's coming from. Probably want to roll left away from Crosby. Now Kirk, and he'll be sacked again. Max Crosby forcing the ball out this time, as Crosby has just been destroying the right tackle here. Kirk throwing this one. Broken up. Caleb Farley almost intercepts it. And that is the end of your game, as 2 more scores would be tacked on, but we go ahead and just get through this one. This was domination, frankly. I know they ended up scoring 19, but the Raiders defense essentially didn't let them score more than 12 points if you exclude garbage time. And the offense did what it needed to do. Kirk did end up with almost 400 yards, but 1 touchdown, 1 interception. The run game wasn't really there to end this game. 81 yards for Alexander Madison. Not that great of a day for him. And then Drake London with 200 yards receiving. Got to give him his flowers. But honestly, Brock Bowers 100 yards. Yeah, not a lot of offensive success for us in this game. You don't really need to, though, when your defense is this good. 5 tackles for a loss for Crosby, 4 for Tyree Wilson, 2 for Kuntz, 3.5 sacks for Crosby, 2 for Wilson, 1 for Kuntz, and then an interception for Stephon Gilmore. Several knockdowns by Caleb Farley. Great game here. We're back to 500. We'll see if we can push to the playoffs to end this year. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.